What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video. I've accumulated a lot of stuff to show off, so um, got a pretty good video showcase of some pickups that I've been picking up in the last couple months, really. Some stuff you're probably not going to see because it's just like I accumulate so much stuff, I just forget about it to show it off. But I've been dipping my toes into the original art stuff because I just really love comic book art. I don't know what it is. It, it just it just speaks to me, or at least it it looks great hung up, framed. This piece is by a guy named Michael Faulkner or something like that. I don't know. He's not a well-known artist. I got it off eBay. He has a shop, um, but it was pretty cheap, and he did a good job on this Wolverine profile. So I thought that would look sick, hung up, framed up. I bought these frames from Walmart. These frames, these 11 by 17 frames, actually fit these the original art pieces like perfectly. The 11 by 17s, and they're pretty cheap too. So I bought a bunch, and this is absolutely looks sick. Um, but yeah, he did a really good job on this Wolverine. Anyways, right, we got some. I picked up some original pieces back, like it was a while ago. I picked it up like a month or two of these from Heartthrobs. I think Heartthrobs, one of the issues, 142, and the pencils are by Win Mortimer, and the inks are by Mike Esposito. I really love romance. I'm getting into like some romance art. The people that did this stuff is just, you can't find art like this anymore, it seems like, or they don't do stuff like that. They're like the people that did the pencils on these romance stuff are just, some of them are just legends. I mean, Gene Colan, Win Mortimer. The guy that did these, Win Mortimer, he did Batman. He did a bunch of stuff like old Batman, like classic Batman. But yeah, and it just shows like how they did comics back then. That's why I love these old pieces, the old romance pieces, especially this last panel with her crying. Like the legends like J. Scott Pike. Just if I could find like a J. Scott Pike page or something like that, like that's what I'm looking for. But these, it looks great framed up. It's gonna look great on my wall. But basically, a lot of these romance stuff is kind of all the same, or the stories are kind of similar. You know, she's with a guy, she's depressed, you know what I mean? But it's funny to look back on that stuff and see like what it was like culturally, because women did read this stuff. I mean, but just have an original art piece, it's awesome. But yeah, another piece I ended up picking from my comic shop was this. This is from Telos, issue 6, page 17. I don't know much about the story of Telos. I heard it wasn't really that good, to be honest with you, or at least what I read. But I love this page with these panels. Like the dude's like screaming and people's faces are getting melted and getting thrown, and the city's getting destroyed. I mean, I didn't pay much for it, so it looks cool framed up. Yeah, pretty awesome. And when I was searching for original art, I came across, or I've been eyeballing this website called Cadence Comic Art, and they got a bunch of stuff, and fairly priced. I'm not like, you know, there's pieces that are thousands of dollars on that, but there's also pieces that are less than 200, and that's what I think my budget is for original art right now. Is like anything under 200 that looks awesome and is fairly priced. I might pick up, just, you know, just because I love the art. But this is Cadence Comic Art, the online shop. I think they're based out of New York or something. But this is from Weapon H issue 4. I just love this basically this couple 3 panels, but they all merge into one really. But he's Weapon H, which is Hulk, or I want to say it's a different character than Hulk. I guess a different person than Hulk. It's not Bruce Banner, it's somebody else. But he's being attacked by, like, I think Man-Thing, or is like the vines of Man-Thing are got him grabbed, and he's trying to get out, and he's I guess remembering his family or something. But it just looks sick. This art's done by Corey Smith. He worked on some stuff for Marvel, but yeah. And another one I got was this Ghost Rider issue 10, the page 30, Corey Smith. I'm impressed with his art. I'm like, I've seen worse, but I really like his stuff. I don't know what it is about Corey Smith. Maybe it's because they were doing a sale on that comic Cadence Comic Art, and I was getting some good deals on his stuff. I mean, it's still going on. I think it's through the 19th if you wanted to pick up, but they got like Ghost Rider, this run from Ghost Rider, which I really like. I actually like the 2022 Ghost Rider, the ones that just came out. Really fun, entertaining issues. Actually, what's great about this panel is that this is like the final page of issue 10. There's a big reveal that Danny Ketch is being experimented on. See? But yeah, just it's really cool to have original art from the comics. But all this art just looks so awesome framed up. Like I said, I on a budget, I'm perfectly happy picking these pieces up, especially if you need something to decorate like a wall or something. But this one is really cool. I don't know anything about this series. It's from Magnus Robot Fighter from Dynamite Comics back in 2014 or something. But I just love this. It's like a cyberpunk sci-fi egg city. It's hard to describe, but it just looks sick. And I love the just dark black inks. Just really cool. It's the same artist, Corey Smith. But yeah, really cool. Looks cool framed up. Anyways, I want to show you guys, because I showed off these Chris Claremont signatures in a short a couple days ago. But I just want to show them off again because I want to talk about it a little bit more. This is well, it's the Los Comics del El Sol or whatever. It was like a Spanish reprint in the 90s, but the paper quality on these are so thin. It's ridiculous. It's almost like newspaper paper. So just to get it in this high of grade is actually really great, and it's signed by Chris Claremont. But yeah, and I got New Mutants Annual 2, first Psylocke. I love the positioning of Chris's signature. Really great. I'm actually happy with the grade because I think I bought it as like a 6.0 or something. You know what I mean? So, and I didn't do nothing with it. So it's great, you know, PC. And in this 8.5 266 Gambit or X-Men or whatever. Great. This got an 8.5, which understandably, like looking at it, it looks sharper than an 8.5, but what on the graders notes they talked about this stain here on the, I don't know if it's picking up, the camera's picking it up, but there's a stain on the bottom left corner of this cover, of the back cover. Knowing that, I mean, I didn't see it, but either way, if that is 8.5, I'll take it. Signed. It's staying in the PC, so it's not like, oh wow, this is the, I gotta sell this. No, it's it's just gonna stay in the personal collection until if I ever find a better one. You know, ideally, with the moderns, you do want the 9/8s, but if it's just a personal collection, it's not gonna really matter. Also, okay, I picked this up from my comic shop. This Secret Hearts 116. I picked this. I've been eyeing this one for a while, and they just kept dropping the price to like, it was like got down to like $115, and I'm like, man, there's not a lot on the census of this thing. There's literally like 3 or 4 on the census, and 3 of them are 9.0s. And yes, it is creamed off-white, but I just love this Gene Colan art, cover art. And if you notice, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is like, this was predates the first Swamp Thing, and this is like Bernie Wrightson must have been homaging this cover, because she's brushing her hair, and there's a person in the background. You can't tell me that this is not an homage to what is it, House of Secrets 92, first Swamp Thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is from 1966. It's tough to get these romance books in high grade. There's not a lot out there. But yeah, I just decided to pick that up because it was a good price and it's rare. Anyways, I picked up another one of these Spanish reprints. This one, though, reprints Daredevil 168. It's just a great Electra cover with... if Frank Miller, I picked this up, if Frank Miller ever does another signing, I'm going to get him to sign this one. This Planet of the Apes. What can you say about this Planet of the Apes? I love the original series, the original movies. I remember watching these when I was a kid in the 90s, just on VHS or on TV. I watched every one of them, and I love every one of them, even the crappy ones. Even this Beneath the Planet of the Apes one, people hate on that second one, but I love it. They're gonna be doing. This is like a personal grail for me. I might end up getting it graded one day, but not right now. It's not. I'm not a rush to get it graded. But I love the original Planet of the Apes. They're gonna be doing Planet of the Apes movies to the end of time. It seems like. So I can see this like continuously going up in value, but it has the poster. I'd probably put it. My comic shop had it like a 6.0 or 6.5. I think it presents a little bit better than that. I mean, there is some kind of color rubbing or something down here on the bottom corner, but that's, other than that, I don't see any major creases or anything like that, or any staining. But yeah, great to have that in the collection. All right, what else? I'll just leave that up there. I've been picking up more stuff to read. This I picked up for pretty cheap. Doctor Strange Damnation, the complete collection. It's actually a pretty fun read. This came out in like 2019 or something. It's not bad. It's just, the art is a little bit different, but it's basically, I think they're like they're taking on like Mephisto or something, and in Las Vegas of all places. But it's pretty cool. That has a bunch of like people like Blade, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider. This I was really excited to get from Second and Charles. I ended up getting this Masterworks collection of Volume 2 and 3 of Nick Fury. Basically Jim Steranko's Nick Fury. And I was going through these things. Man, Jim Steranko was killing it with the art. Like it, because you don't get to see the interiors really, you just know the covers, and he did the interiors like whole, like look at that. It's almost eye candy really with Jim Steranko's art. Whenever you, so I've been scoring on some of these graphic novels that they got in Second and Charles. Like these were like 20 a piece. You know what I mean? Online, you're gonna pay 40-50 bucks for these if you find them. All right, what else do we got? We're gonna look at some My Comic Shop stuff that I picked up, you know, throughout a couple months. We're gonna look. This is High Republic, the Walmart variant. That's so. I've been picking up the High Republic stuff if it's like $2 or $3 or whatever. More Division. More High Republic. More High Republic. These ones like caught fire, and oh, this is cool. This is from this is the Mint Hunters cover. James. So I picked that up. I thought that was cool. Oh shoot. Oh, maybe I'll send it to him, get it signed. That would be pretty cool. But I picked up the Virgin one for pretty cheap. He actually did a really good job on that cover. I like whoever did the inks on it did a really good job. I don't know who did that. But this is Warhammer Forge of War. This is the first Art Germ cover. So I thought that was cool. And basically, I picked up some stuff to read. Let me take these down. I got this weird science fantasy annual that has the Great Frazetta stuff in it. I got a Vault of Horror annual. This is stuff just to read. This Solomon Kane trade paperback, kind of wanted to read up on him, see if I like the character. And this also collects Solomon Kane. But yeah, reading material. The reason I like graphic novels, really, or I've been reading a lot of graphic novels, is that I could read like 5 of them in a week. You know what I mean? If I was reading a book, I might be able to read 1 book a week, that if I'm lucky, if I stay in it. But a graphic novel, I could read like 3 at a time. You know what I mean? Like cycle through them, like, and just get entertainment out of it. Either if I'm not going to get into the story, I can at least enjoy the art. But picked up this Superman Adventures, the first live wire. So that's pretty cool. I picked this up. I picked this up because I want to say it's the first appearance of Jason. But I picked this up because I enjoyed the cover of it, and it was relatively cheap. I picked up this. I don't know why I picked this up, but it's like this Cuphead trade paperback. There's got to be some reason I did that. Ooh. Oh. They have this ash can, World of Warcraft ash can. They marked it as a VG, and I know why, because there's this this weird crease up here that blunted that corner. But other than that, I don't see really much wrong with it. I got this IDW Mickey Mouse sketch, this blank sketch that by Ken Hesner or whatever. I think it's a Dynamic Forces did these sketches where they're only limited to like 1,000, and this certain people do these sketches on these blanks, but they command a little bit of money. I just thought this was cool to just have a Mickey Mouse sketch on a blank cover. But yeah, I don't know. They had this. This was a signed edition. I'm not quite sure who it was signed by or when I bought it, but it was literally like cheap as hell. And got a Back to the Future. One of these days, I hope CGC does a signing with Michael J. Fox. I think they've done them before, but I hope they do it again. And then this Scorpion Comics. Uncle Scrooge. Great cover. Yeah. We got a little bit more, nothing crazy. It is going kind of a little long, but whatever. Just getting these out of the bag. Got some more stuff. More reading material. This was just a reader copy of the Greatest Stories Joker. I didn't pay much for it. And then this Talia Ghul Arkham. I love the Arkham trade paperbacks. They just basically just give you like a couple of their best stories from that certain character that they do. Okay, I picked up a bunch of blank covers of the Batman 181. I think these are all like pre-order stuff. Yeah. Nothing crazy, I don't think. Moon Knight. That's a sick cover, actually. Then you got this Mighty Barbarians. I think I got it because it was from the creators of Barbaric. This is a previews. It's nothing. And I picked up, these are pre-orders. Great Doctor Doom. Timeless. I picked up the characters that I liked. Got Kingpin. Okay, this is Hulk 330, but reason I picked this up is because it is a Mark Jewelers. This is Gears of War. I think that's just a really rare incentive. More reading material. Yeah, let's take some of these down. But yeah. So much comics. This is a great Jim Lee cover of Gears of War 9. If he ever does a signing, I think I might have him sign that. This is a pretty sick Venom Moon Knight cover of Moon Knight. This is Ghostbusters 1. I love this cover. And this is why I just wanted to open up and look at the art. But this is Creatures on the Loose, number 34. George Perez's first art, or published art. We got this one I'm going to send in to get graded. But this is Ratchet and Clank, number 1. And then this is, I always pick up the video game stuff because they're cheap. Blood Rain, number 1. Skies of Fire from 2004. And we got some Bloodborne trade paperback. I love me some Bloodborne. I read the first trade paperback. That is some good stuff. Anyways, wow, that was a lot. But yeah, that was a lot of stuff. Original art, signed, Chris Claremont. Great stuff, great haul. A lot of stuff to go through. I got a lot of reading material. A lot of value in that haul. But hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching this long, if you did. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.